Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another video. Um, just doing thinking, it's just probably because I just earlier I just kind of I saw How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, loved it. I'll have to get my thoughts on not right now though what I think about the film though. But all I say is I love the movie, and I'll get into further details on that. But after seeing that before the previews, before the movie starts, there were some previews in some other animated movies. And I was thinking, what other animated films coming out this year would I think be good or not? That's what I was saying. So upcoming animated films. So I know because I love How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. Already my favorite film this year. Saying right now. But there's another film that I'm thinking if it's gonna be better than this one. Who knows? But that's more later. But what other animated films are coming out this year that looks good or not? Well, I already gave my thoughts on when the first teaser from Frozen 2 came out. So I look forward to seeing that. And I know Toy Story 4 coming out this summer. I know it's going to be big as well, with the same cast for especially mainly Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, John Ratzenberger, Sean Wallace. Well, except without Don Rickles, who played Mr. Potato Head. He's now passed away a year or two ago, so getting a different voice though. But I look forward to seeing that though. Although, to be perfectly fair, I think they should. Toy Story 3, and to me personally, Toy Story 3 ended it perfectly to me though, but you know how studios are, they always want to keep on making more, so. But fourth film is now coming out this summer, so. But I think the third film ended well, especially, with Woody saying goodbye to Andy, saying, "So long, partner." But, well, what do I know? But what other, besides the upcoming Disney films, what other, like Frozen and Toy Story, what other ones are coming out? Well, from the previews that I've seen, with the premiere of How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, there were 4 of them upcoming animated films that I saw, and now for most of these, I personally have no interest in seeing, except for maybe one, but for one specific reason. So I'll get to that though, but I'll say that one for last. But these ones I have no interest in. Yeah, I'm a big fan of animated movies. I got majority of Toy Story, a lot of DreamWorks animated films, and there's a couple others from the different studios as well. Well, like the Warner Brothers, like for DC animated films, but other companies as well. Like there's some for Lionsgate, 20th Century Fox, and other stuff too. So. But, there are some other anime films that I just, I'm not a fan of. Like, I still am not a fan of the Despicable Me franchise. I'm still not a fan of that franchise. I was never interested in those. That's Universal, but I was never interested in the Despicable Me franchise. That's one particular anime franchise I was never a fan of. But to these other ones, I have no interest in, especially a couple of them definitely have no interest in. First one I want to get into is anime film. Is from the makers of Kubo and the Two Strings, called Missing Link. Barely name. It's about that this one he's been it's like he's been called many names like Bigfoot, Yeti, Sasquatch. This one, especially he's voiced by Zach Galifianakis. Not particularly a fan of him, honestly. Especially. Well, the first Hangover I liked, though, but not the sequels. And I didn't like his character in Due Date with Robert Downey Jr., especially what he did with Robert Downey Jr. Didn't like his character. And the campaign was not funny at all. So I'm not a big fan of Zach Galifianakis, and he's voicing the Mr. Link. Zoe Saldana's voicing, and you had Hugh Jackman as the lead. He's this explorer. He goes on myths, looking at myths and stuff like that. finds the Yeti, or where Mr. or Link, whatever, and if he wants to take him, because he says, oh, there's yet other Yetis in this particular place, so take me there. That's basically the whole movie. Yeah, I haven't seen Kubo and the Two Strings. That film got a lot of praise, though, but I have no interest. I have no interest in seeing this. It's not a film that I'm not no interest about. Especially a missing link. If I want to see a film about a missing link, I'd just rather watch. Oh, well, I have a poster though. A character of missing link. I'll watch Monsters vs. Aliens. That missing link. I'd rather watch that character. That missing link. But missing link, I have no interest at all. So it didn't look interesting to me at all. So that one comes out in April. And it's just like the. I'm sure Hugh Jackman won't do a bad job voice acting, but either so is O'Donnell. But other ones, you have Timothy Olyphant, from the show Justified, but he was not that good villain in Live Free or Die Hard. He wasn't. Got Emma Thompson there as well, but I'm not particularly a big fan of Zach Galifianakis. So Missing Link, not interested in. Next is a sequel that is coming out also this summer, and that is of the Angry Birds movie 2, which the sequel came out. The first one came out in 2016. Now the first Angry Birds movie was all right. I mean, I didn't love it at all. There was this like subpar. It was just average, or maybe it's just it's in the middle, all right. That's my feel about the Angry Birds movie. I mean, voice cast. I mean, most of the voice cast of Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Bill Hader, Danny McBride, Peter Dinklage coming back. But my brother, he never cared for the movie at all. He never saw the movie for the most part. Like, long ago, I was watching it right here, and he just came in. He just was watching like a minute or two, and he's like, no interest at all, and he just left. So that one, I don't blame him. Okay, in that case, I don't blame him, because it was just okay, all right, like, all right. I never played the game, so. And especially with the sequel, they released in this because this marks the 10th anniversary of the game. I'm really, I'm thinking right now, it's been 10 years since Flappy Birds came out. The game came out in 2009. Wow, I thought the film came out like a bit before 2009, like maybe 2007, I think. Just wow, it's already been 10 years since the game came out. But the first film, it made money, made like 300 some million worldwide. So they getting a sequel. So I mean, the trailer of the film has this purple bird named, look it up, it's Zeta. This purple bird who lives in this place of ice and tired of it. It's voiced by Leslie Jones. Now, if I think for why we call Leslie Jones. Yeah, she was one who started the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot. I'm not getting into it. I hated the movie, and if I rant on it, I'll give my reasons why. I'm not saying anything more right now, but I hate the death of the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot. But she was in it as well. But she was in the film, and the first one didn't do much. That character didn't like being in the place of ice, and then he goes and shoots some fireballs into the island past where the pigs are, where they live, and then right to the place where the Angry Birds live. That was it. So the first one, I think it was alright. I have no interest in seeing the sequel, so I'm just gonna pass on this one. So. Yes, it just shows my interest in these upcoming animated movies. So I guess I'm yawning because these anime films sound boring to me. They sound very boring. Missing Link sounds boring. The sequel sounds boring as well because the first film was, eh. But that comes out in the late summer. This comes out in a couple of weeks, March 15th. And that is of Wonder Park. Wonder Park, produced by Nickelodeon Movies. Nickelodeon Movies, god dang. I mean, what films have they done that in the past few years has been good? The only thing I think of that was back in 2015, that was the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Sponge Out of Water. That was back in 2015, so now we're in 2019, 4 years, let's see. Well, the year before 2015, 2014, Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles movie, pure shit. I'm saying out loud, pure shit. Then 2016, then you got the sequel, Out of the Shadows. Frick me, I hate the death of those. I hate those films to death. I do. Insulted as a fan of the Turtles. Freaking Michael Bay produced those. But then in 2017, Monster Trucks was a huge flop, especially it was released in January for big budget. Said before, big budget films like that should not be released in January. Should release it because considering that film got pushed back. Its release they pushed back so many times. Originally it was going to be in the summer, but no, they pushed into like in middle of December, 2017 on a big budget, and that film bombed badly. And then since then, they haven't made a film until Wonder Park. So they skipped 2018. So 2 years since the release of a film. But this film, Wonder Park, the voice cast isn't much. I mean, as they give this girl whose parents are voiced by Jennifer Gardner and really enough Matthew Broderick, which I was thinking, whatever happened to Matthew Broderick? He hasn't done much for what I've heard, for what I've seen in pretty much a long time. I mean, the last time I remember seeing him he was in Tower Heist with Eddie Murphy and Ben Stiller. It's been that long. He's probably done stuff afterwards, but for what I've seen and read, he hasn't done much afterwards, so maybe Matthew Broderick, I like, especially, of course, Simba, The Lion King, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and, of course, Godzilla 1998, which I said before, I liked him in that film. People say he was badly miscast. I like Matthew Broderick in Godzilla 1998. I'm sorry. One of my favorite films, so I will always defend that movie, no matter what people say. I do see the problems and the flaws in the movie, but I'll still defend the movie to the end. So yeah, Matthew Broderick, got Kenan Thompson in there, Ken Jeong, which I'm not a fan of either, which was also in the Hangover trilogy films, like Zach Galifianakis. Not particularly a fan of him either. Mila Kunis' voice, John Oliver, which I think he's voicing in the upcoming Lion King film. The film is about this girl who, when she was little, she fantasized of creating this place called Wonder Park, and of course, when the years pass, she loses her sense of imagination. It's kind of like with similarities like with Hook, Spielberg's film Hook, with Robin Williams' character losing his sense of imagination. The same thing with Christopher Robin. Ewan McGregor as Chris Robin, when he grew up, lost his sense of imagination till when Pooh came back in his life. So it's like that. And it's the same thing. This girl, which she created this park, and now the years have gone past, and she's given up on the childish things until when she wanders somewhere in the middle of the woods. A couple things like she created is actually there. The roller coaster takes to the park that she created, and meets the characters that she created as well. This bear, these beavers, and the porcupine, and these they say monkey zombies. These little monkeys. They call them monkey zombies. I don't know. And I remember the trailer. You have Poison, the band Poison. There's the song Nothing But a Good Time playing in the trailer. That was the best thing I got out of the trailer, was that song. And looking for nothing but a good time. Which the last time I saw that song, that was in the Yogi Bear 2010 movie. But that's the best. That was the best thing in that trailer, was Ain't Nothing But a Good Time. The movie just is. The animation, I mean. Yeah, from Nickelodeon movies, though, but. I don't know about this one. I mean, especially with their track record recently with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movies, Monster Trucks. I mean, the sequel to the SpongeBob movie was the only good thing about it, and this is looking at this film. This film was directed by the creator of Cow and Chicken, and you get two other directors, but one of them is the creator of Cow and Chicken. Yeah, I remember back in, growing with the cartoons I grew up with, like Rugrats and Scooby Doo. So the ones from Cartoon, especially the ones from Cartoon Network. Yeah, I remember Cow and Chicken. I'm like, this is the one of the directors is from the creators of Cow and Chicken, really. And it's also this makes they also, before the film was released, they're gonna make a television series out of this. A TV series out of this, making it the third animated film from Nickelodeon Movies after Jimmy Neutron and Barnyard to make an animated series. Although it's not produced by Steven Ardork, the guy who directed both those movies, Jimmy Neutron and Back to the Barnyard. Barnyard it was called. So yeah. Wonder Park, I mean, that's the best thing was the song from Poison. The jokes in the film weren't that funny at all either, so it's another one I'm gonna pass on. If I see it, I'll probably just see it when it eventually comes out on Netflix. I mean, essentially, I hardly watch Netflix at all because there's always nothing good on Netflix anyway. Because I have a whole freaking library right here, and the only thing is because the only thing I would watch was on Netflix is DreamWorks Dragons, because for when I just got that DVD, that was the first two seasons, but the other seasons I had to watch. That's the only thing I watch on Netflix, because otherwise I have no interest in Netflix. That's barely the only thing I get out of is seeing Race to the Edge. But because I don't want to pay, if it comes on DVD, I don't want to pay like $20 for a DVD that I have no interest in. So yeah, Wonder Park. That's another one I'm just gonna pass on. But it comes out in a couple weeks, and for the budget of $100 million, that's another thing. I think it's gonna bomb because that comes out the weekend after when Captain Marvel comes out, and how that big film that's gonna be. I think that film's gonna bomb too. I think that film's gonna bomb as well. Now, the last but not least is the last animated film I'll be talking about. If I'm interested in seeing, it's another film. It's a sequel, and it's from the creators of Despicable Me, and that is The Secret Life of Pets 2. Now, the first film, The Secret Life of Pets, I saw it was okay. It was okay. I know the thing that they recasted the lead character, the dog, Max. It was originally voiced by Louis C.K., which the scandal that was involved with him, so the studio ended the relationship with him, so this time replacing Max is Patton Oswalt, which a lot of comedy films, especially voicing Remy in Ratatouille. So he comes in to voice Max. The majority of the cast comes back as well. Namely Eric Stonestreet as Duke, Kevin Hart as the bunny Snowball, the diabolical bunny Snowball. Kevin Hart, jeez. Jenny Slate as Gidget, and much other ones as well. Now the reason I'm interested, the slight interest I have in the sequel, which if it wasn't for the slight interest, I wouldn't see the film at all, because the first one was okay. If this bit of interest here wasn't, then I wouldn't see the sequel at all. So the only reason why I'll probably have the slight interest in seeing it is because an actor is doing his the first time he's doing a voice role for an animated movie, surprisingly enough, and that is Harrison Ford. Yeah, when I saw the trailer, the preview to this, it said welcoming Harrison Ford as Rooster. He's this sheepdog, and he's talking with the character Max, but the cone he has, because in this film Max is wearing this cone on him. You know how dogs wear cones, you know, keep them from itching by themselves. So yeah, he wants to get the cone off, and Harrison Ford's character just does it for him. He's like, there, it's off. So yeah, that's the only slim interest I want to see this, because I would see how Harrison Ford does it in a voice role. Because think about all the years he's done of films, I don't think he's never done a voice role for a film ever. So that just piqued my interest. So this would be the first voice role he has in an animated film. If it wasn't for Harrison Ford doing that, then I had no interest in seeing this film at all. So this is like the only slight interest I have in this film. If it wasn't for that, then I have no interest in seeing the sequel, because the first film was okay at best. Although I do probably find it better than the Despicable Me franchise, because I was never a fan of it anyway. But that doesn't say much. So yeah, but this is the only one that I have the slight interest in seeing it. And this comes out on the same weekend, June 7th, as The Dark Phoenix. So, which I'll say right now, I'm done with the X-Men films. I don't want to see no more. After Apocalypse sucked, First Class sucked, Days of Future Past, and then X-Men Origins of Wolverine, then the Wolverine. Although I did like Logan, I did like that one though, but all the previous X-Men films have sucked, and Apocalypse, that sucked as well. And I have no interest in, I had none whatsoever after that, seeing about the Dark Phoenix. I know they want to be more true to the comics of the story of the Dark Phoenix, after supposedly they messed up in 3, The Last Stand, so they want to give it a much more, I get that though, but track record with these previous X-Men films I have no interest in. Although you can count Deadpool, because Deadpool is technically an X-Men movie. But those two films are the highest grossing X-Men films, but basically with no X-Men in it. So, but yeah, screw the Dark Phoenix. But Secret Life of Pets 2 comes out the same weekend as the Dark Phoenix, I'm just pointing out. So that's basically it. So, Missing Link, no interest at all. Angry Birds Movie 2, not interested. Wonder Park, pass. And then Secret Life of Pets 2. Like I said, if I want to see it, I'll probably only see it to see how Harrison Ford does in his first voice role, and that's it. So yeah, so that's what upcoming anime films that I don't care. I have no interest at all. I think they're either boring or not good. But like I said, I could say How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World is better than either of these to me. I know Toy Story 4 is going to be big. I know that much, and then I know Frozen 2 is going to be huge. I look forward to seeing that, though. Even though, to me, I also think Toy Story 3 ended the franchise. But they kept on going, making a fourth one, so I'll give it a watch, because I enjoy the voice cast. And I like the Toy Story films, so, because I grew up with those as well, so. Especially 1 and 2, but. Yeah. But. Other than that, what other anime films like this? So I said I love How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. It's already my favorite film this year. Excuse me. Toy Story 4, and then Frozen 2. Those are the anime films I want to see, and then these ones I'm just gonna pass on. So, well, I said one thing for Secret Life of Pets 2, but other than that, though, no. But so that's another particular video I just want to give my thoughts on. So, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.